Yo, how's it going? Good to see you all. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Michael, first in the comments. Good work. Steve-o, mate. Nice to see you. Hi, Maggie. Hope you guys are feeling well. Gary, you as well, man. Hey, Mum. Good to see you. Dawn. Donna. April. Matt Baxter. Matt Baxter. It's going to be good. I'm looking forward to tonight. Dearie me. We just got completely lost in conversation, me and Matt then. So we were talking away and I was like, oh shit, we need to go live. Just need to press live. And I've not had time to practice how to play any songs. So I'm going to blame Matt for that. It's not my fault, it's his. And then also I realised as well, I started working on a bit of a loop, a song that I was going to do tonight. Then now I've heard Matt do his, I'm going to avoid doing mine because he's the man for the loops. So, that's a nice thing to say, Michael. Good work. Remembering to cut yourself some slack. I quite agree. Hope everyone's doing well anyways. Hey, Dad. In the comments tonight. Good work. How's everyone's week been so far? Can't believe how quick this show comes round. It's like 2 seconds ago we were live. Nice. There's a few of us in tonight. That's good. Right, I'm going to play a song and then I'm going to get Matt on, the guy you're probably waiting for. So, I'm going to get my excuses out now. I've not had time to learn or practice or play these songs, or this song rather, for a while. I've not played it for ages. In fact, I think the last time I heard the song acoustically was when Andy Ruddy played it on the first one. So this is a song that I wrote with Andy called Low Light. It's like it's on SoundCloud and everything, and SoundCloud? Spotify, that's the one. One thing I know, when the lights go down, they all go. Your young sounds turn to echoes. And I've been told there's no shortcut, your vision is a long road. Will you stay or will you go? I'm hoping for a miracle. Hoping for a miracle. Hoping for a miracle. You hear me out when there's just no sense spilling out of my mouth. You see my colors when I'm fading out. 'Cause when I'm down, I'm just too down to do anything about it. Can you lift me up? Can you lift me up? Are you seeing ghosts in a place with the ones you love the most, setting fire to your high hopes? 'Cause no one knows, miss soul, and they'll show you down the wrong road. Will you show me the way to go? Hoping for a miracle. Hoping for a miracle. So close. I'm taking it. I'm bloody taking it. Just that last line, man. Oh well. No one noticed until I pointed it out. Thank you very much, Steve. I appreciate that. I'll take it. Lovely song. Thank you, Donna. Amy is not joining us tonight. She's doing something, which is fine. She messaged me to say that she won't be joining us. So shout out to her. I'm sure she'll watch back later on. Playing it from the heart. Yep. Right. I'm going to jump right into the show. Yeah. Right. We're going to bring Matt on. Excited. I am. I can't wait to hear him sing, man. It's so good. Right, here we go. Da, 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 da. Yo, how's it going?
Awesome. I enjoyed
Hi,
that
friend.
song, man.
Thanks, dude.
Is that one of yours?
It is, yeah. It's the second solo choir song I ever put out. So, yeah, man. It's a bit heavier on the recorded version, but yeah, it's fun. Thanks, man. That's the one I started to try a loop. Just, I had a quick moment to myself. I was like, I'm going to try loop this. And then when you started doing your sound check, I was like, I am not going to loop this. So I am going to avoid looping tonight. How are you keeping anyways?
I like it. Yeah, I'm good. Pretty good, actually. I had a successful day today. I built my first homemade guitar pedal. Have you ever tried it?
I saw that on your Facebook or Instagram. I think it was Instagram stories. What is it? It's very discreet. It doesn't say anything on it. It's just silver with two dials on it and a switch, maybe. What does it do? Tell me more.
I didn't bother putting any paint or anything on it so far because I didn't really think it'd work. I didn't think it'd work first time anyway. It's just a boost pedal. It's a very simple pedal, but I've never tried soldering those little tiny circuit boards and stuff before, and I didn't really know what I was doing. It was great. I'd recommend
Nice.
Company.
Are you using it tonight?
No, I'm not, sadly. It's not here with me. It's more for my electric guitar stuff.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah. But, yeah, if you fancy something to sort of do with your time, because I'm trying to find stuff like that all the time at the moment. You'll have to excuse this reverb, by the way. I have no control over this right now. Can you hear that?
Sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear it. It sounds nice.
But yeah.
I might put mine on. Hello.
Yeah, you can buy these pedal building kits from jedspeds.com.
All right, cool. So like a little, it comes with all the components and stuff and everything that you need, and you sort of build it up, or do you pick out the parts that you want?
No, they do clones of various pedals. So if there's a pedal out there that you want, you could probably go on the website and they'll say, oh yeah, we do one like that, and then you can have a go at building it. And
That's a wicked idea, because pedals can be really expensive as well. Yeah.
Saves you money, but could end up with you quite stressed out if you're not very good with small fiddly things.
Yeah, it could cost you a lot of money if you're not very good with fiddly components and stuff.
Well, yeah.
A few attempts.
It was like a 30 quid build, so I was willing to throw 30 quid at something and just to take up some of my time,
Well, that's good. That's cool. So you're going to do the one?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to try another one, a more complicated one, something a bit harder. Yeah, don't know quite
what you got in mind.
Well, actually, I mean, there is some distortion pedals out there I like the look of that I don't want to spend the money on, so I'll build a cheaper version, I guess.
Brilliant. And then soon enough, you'll have your own Baxter pedals out there in the world.
My own line. I've been trying to build guitars as well lately. Did you know that? I've been trying to build electric guitars.
I didn't. Are you doing it from scratch, or are you doing like flat pack style ones? Like, you get components again for that, or are you building it from like a conservatory or something?
It's not quite either, something in between. Basically, I'm buying all the parts and putting it together, but I'm like painting and sanding the body. But I don't have a workshop right now, so I didn't want to start with the basic wood. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I bought a body and a neck, and then I've had to sort of paint it all and buy all the components and bits and pieces and screw the whole thing together.
Truss rod and yeah, nice.
Almost, yeah.
Very good. I'm just going to clear something up really quickly for people that are watching. If there is a slight lag or any like awkward moments where me and Matt are either interrupting each other or we're delayed in answering each other's question, I think we're having a few issues with internet and hotspotting and stuff like that. So we're going to make the best of it. But I just wanted to put it out there if anyone sort of noticed why I keep pausing when Matt finishes his sentences. But I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's exciting though. I think it's good to keep yourself busy. How are you finding this lockdown? For personally, I'm finding this the hardest of the three. I know is it 3 now? I don't know how many we've done. It's been a tough one, I think.
I think I found the second one harder just because psychologically, I was, probably hoping it wasn't going to happen a second time around. Whereas after the second one now, I'm
and
like,
here we
okay,
are in the third.
Here we are. I'll see you in lockdown 8.
Yeah, we laugh, but
it's been crap. But I've been, like I said, I've been taking up new hobbies, learning to build pedals and guitars, and trying to take up hobbies that I feel are also on some level kind of productive. Like I'm learning something.
It's something that you can like take on to when lockdown is no longer a thing. You're going to be able to utilize that knowledge and stuff to be able to, even when you're like, if you decide to go back on the road and stuff, like having that knowledge of like how to fix a component in a pedal, if that ever happened, you're able to sort of get into the nitty gritty and just, it's good.
Yeah, definitely.
It's cool, man.
I mean, I could just sit around playing computer games all day, but and that'd be fun for a little while. But then there's that kind of, the dread would seep in of like, what am I doing with my life? And there's people out there making really good use of their lockdown. And I don't want to be a waste.
It's hard. I think everyone's finding needs to find a balance, don't they? I think, as I said to you during soundcheck, I didn't honestly think that we would be here now again talking about lockdown, but we are. Do you know what I mean? Like it seems, but it's part of life now, and everyone's adapting and moving forward. And I think everyone, for the most part, is doing really well and just trying to, as you said, do as many productive things as they possibly can and utilize the time and stuff like that. But sitting around and playing computer games is equally as valid. I think like it's important to have downtime and.
Oh yeah, it's just, there's downtime where you come away thinking, that's relaxed me, and then there's downtime where you come away and think, well, you don't even think
I've completed Netflix.
Or you might have, the downtime when I'm working on guitars and pedals, I find that relaxing in a way, but I also, there's a little bit of extra satisfaction at the back of my brain where I'm thinking, right, I know a thing now. Whereas I haven't got that from Mario Kart so far.
Do you know how to avoid like banana peels? That's it.
Exactly.
Yeah, that went right. I think we'll get a tune from you if that's all right. Are you?
Yeah.
What's the plan for this evening? Have you got any ideas on what you're going to do? Or are you just sort of winging it? What's the thing?
Well, this is the first time I've been set up for you where I can make enough noise and do some loop pedal stuff. So I guess we'll start off, I'll play you one of my tunes, something simple, and then we could maybe just talk about my approach to the looping stuff and see if we can come up with anything that might be helpful for other musicians. Or
definitely. I mean, I know for sure I'll take something away from it, so I'm all for it. Like if you can teach me how to loop in the remaining of this live, then I'm all for it.
Let's do it.
So yeah, for now, let's just have a tune from you, and then we'll jump back into some more conversation, and see where it goes from there.
All right.
I'll hand the stage to you, mate.
says I don't know what I want, and it's true. It makes her scared of what I'll choose to do. She said the stakes are too high, the chance another ride, and it was hard enough the first time round with you. She says I don't know my own mind, and she's right. I don't trust myself to see it through all right. But all I know is when she's gone, I miss her like the sun. I'm set in the shadow when she takes away her light. But if we break this old worn chain, there'd be no one left to blame, and I'd stop thinking of you when I close my eyes. At least I can't hurt you when I'm gone. I can't change my mind and run, but I always wonder, what if we had tried? She says she does not know what she can believe. It's not healthy that she still thinks of me. She said I know it was a mess, but it broke me when you left, and now you come back with some promise you can't keep. But if we break this old worn chain, there'd be no one left to blame, and I stop thinking of you when I close my eyes. At least I can't hurt you when I'm gone. I can't change my mind and run, but I always wonder, what if we had tried? Yeah, I'd always wonder, what if we had tried? Oh, I'd always wonder, what if we had tried?
Woo!
Oh, thank you.
Hey, I've made me full screen. Sorry, man. Sounds so good.
Cheers. Ooh, that
Your
was one of
voice.
my sad singer-songwriter attempts, you know.
Well, it got me right there in the feels. Great. Absolutely love it, man.
Cheers.
The tone of your voice, it's always something that I've really loved. Like, I remember when you came and did that session here, and I was like completely blown away, especially when you started doing the loops and stuff, and you did like some really cool, interesting loop versions of, some covers and stuff like that. But your vocal is like so strong.
Thanks.
Just sounds great, mate. So yeah, buzzing. Where did you, have you always been, would you always say you've been a singer, or is it like guitar and then sort of vocal and then
I was
what happened there? How did that come about?
I was a guitarist first, and I needed to sing, and so I just wasn't a very natural singer. You know, like some people, I think, open their mouths and out it comes, whereas when I started, I didn't understand what keys would be suitable for my voice. So at first I sang everything very low, and then I tried to sing punk songs. So I sung everything too high and just kind of screamed it, and then over the years learned to just dial it back until I found that I could sort of, belt out a song without torturing my own voice,
It's always that middle ground, isn't it?
Yeah, it took a lot of thought, which I didn't expect, to think about, what am I doing with my voice? How am I trying to get these noises? And like I said, I find some people out there. My brother, for one, one of my younger brothers, he's a good singer, and he just opened his mouth and out came his singing voice, whereas I spent years trying to find it, find my voice.
Yeah. That's it's pretty similar with me, to be fair. Like, I'm still learning now. I'm still trying to find my voice now. Like, whereas Joe and Dave have had, like, the ability to, especially Joe, like, he is, like, pitch perfect. It's insane. Like, he really understands how to sing and, like, vocal and Yeah, it's just mental how, like you say,
Do you find it the guitar
annoying?
playing
Yes.
yeah. I have this thing where my guitar playing affects things. Like there'll be songs that I can't sing, but then I know actually if I put the guitar down, I can sing it. But there's some sort of tension in my body where I'm thinking about what my body's doing down here below my neck, and then trying to do what I'm doing up there, and I can't hit the same notes sometimes, you know.
I've never really thought about it like that because now actually you mention it, like when I'm doing a vocal take for like recording, generally like I really push myself and I'll probably hit notes that I'm probably not, you know, I would never, you know, if I just pick up the guitar and noodle and start coming up with ideas, I've got my sort of my safety like go-to range. But then as soon as, I suppose when I put the guitar down and start laying down vocals, that's when I start finding, sometimes I'll find the harmony turns into the main vocal because it's much stronger. But yeah, it's no, I've never really thought about it like that. Generally, like I'm not a particularly good guitarist like you either. Like in the sense that I'm all rhythm, and if anything, almost quite a percussive player. So all I need to do is just get through the song.
I think, you know, it's not necessarily that I might be doing difficult things on guitar. It's just that the rhythm, especially when you're playing solo, is so important. You know, the groove of a song, and you know, my whole body's trying to stay in this kind of groove down here and move to the music. And then when you put your singing on top, I don't know, there's some sort of tension that doesn't allow me to reach for these notes. Whereas I know that, you know, if I just put it down, if I'm singing in the car, I could definitely hit that note, you know. When I was younger, I remember playing in a rehearsal and, you know, when I was a teenager and there's some teenage girls in the room with us and one of them was saying, oh, why didn't you hit that note? And I was like, I can't hit it. And she went, yes, you can. And I just sung it over and over until I could hit it. And she was like, I think to her it was like, that's clearly not out of your range. It's fairly obvious it's in there. I think she was.
Would you say that would you say that that's almost beneficial when you get into a good loop and you've got enough of the groove and enough of the song to go? Can you like back off the guitar and just be like, I'm going to just let my vocals soar now?
Definitely. And there's that extra room for ad-libs. You know,
oh, yeah, cool.
If you're playing a song a bunch of times, it's nice to sing it a little differently and try a little something out. And, you know, when you think of great singers like Amy Winehouse and stuff, I'm sure she was trying stuff out every time she sang. Whereas I'll often fall into a rut because I'm trying to hold down the full band, which is just me and this guitar. Yeah. And there's not enough brain space left in me to just think, oh, I'll just try out a few ad-libs. And some days there is. You know, I tend to find I'm better at that if I'm slightly drunk or if it's been quite a while since I've played and I'm not as stuck in the rut as I usually am. I mean, if it's a song I haven't played in ages. If I play a song a bunch of times, then I find it hard to ad-lib.
I'm definitely not an ad-libber. I'm quite a methodical player. I'm more inclined to be like, I need to know exactly what I'm doing at what point. Yeah. And the only time I ever do ad-lib is when I've forgotten what I'm doing and I'm just trying to bail out to get to the next bit of the song that I do know. You know, sometimes it helps.
Part of it's because you know there will be the best way to sing a song. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes you're thinking, there's no point ad-libbing with this if I know there's a better way to sing this. Yeah. But then on the other hand, you hear someone like Aretha Franklin just noodle around with something.
All ad-lib.
And you're like, oh, yeah, wish I could do that. And so sometimes, rarely, I attempt to do that.
So on that note, are you gonna ad-lib your way through the next song, or are you? I reckon. Should we do the? I mentioned about that quick fire, didn't I? So normally on this season of the lives that I'm doing, I've added 2 little segments to it. So we'll definitely do the one of them. It's like I say, you can't get it wrong.
Okay.
So
I see you've got your questions for it. It feels like I'm on a mind or something.
Yeah. Oh no! Wait, it's going to get even more professional.
I haven't told you my specialist subject yet.
No, it's not like that. Right, here we go. Quick fire. The last song you ever downloaded.
Oh, I'll have to check. Hang on.
Come off it. Off the top of your
I'm sorry, but I haven't been listening to music as much as I usually do lately. Do you know, because I haven't been listening with friends. I haven't been listening as I get ready to go out. I haven't been listening as much in the car. And yeah, look, I can look it up very quickly though. What is this? Oh, it's a song by my friend in Canada. She goes by the name Begonia.
Begonia.
Like the flower. And she's incredible.
What sort of music is that?
Oh, it's a mixture. When I first met her, she was singing in a five-piece group, a Canadian group. There was 4 girls singing and playing instruments and a guy on drums. And they had the most incredible harmonies and they all sung beautifully. And she's going to have done a solo thing and it's kind of pop, but interesting pop. She's definitely not a commercial mainstream pop. There's moments where I think of Radioheady kind of stuff and then
nice.
I don't know. You go and check out Begonia. She's just released a kind of B-sidey thing called Bus that's really poppy, but she's just great. And like she's got a whole package going on there. She's really interested in the visuals and how you dress, the stage show. I think she's about to release a live album. She's great. Anyway, enough of that.
Great. And that's all we have time for the quick fire. Brilliant. Good night.
I'm sorry.
I'm only kidding. I love it. No, it's fine. What was the last CD you ever bought?
Jesus. I thought you said these were going to be easy.
Okay, well, we could skip it. I
can't
guess.
remember the
Tell
last.
a lie.
I remember
I
the
don't care.
first. Oh, no, I can't remember I remember the first one I ever had was What's Story Morning Glory. But I got it on the same day.
That was the first CD you ever bought? Nice.
Well, it was bought for me. I think it was bought for Christmas along with a CD player.
All right.
Yeah.
What are those?
Exactly. Mate,
Yeah.
I'm so old now that my first songs I actually bought myself weren't on CD. They were on vinyl. My dad was quite
Really?
into the CD game. Yeah. So I got.
I bet he was like, this isn't going to
vinyl
take off,
single.
son. You stay with vinyls. CDs will not take off.
Still got it somewhere. Ride on Time by Black Box. Do you know that one? 90s
don't.
dance hit. Oh, mate, it's a classic.
Nice. Love a good 90s dance hit. Okay, you'll definitely know this. Are you right-handed or left-handed?
I'm right-handed. How quick was that?
Favorite song of all time?
Oh, what?
I mean, we've gone from one spectrum to the... Sorry, man.
I honestly don't know how anybody answers this question. I guess some people will have a favorite song that reminds them of a specific thing, like your first dance or a person or your boyfriend or girlfriend. But not having any of that, I couldn't possibly pick a favorite song, book, movie, or anything like that. Depends what mood I'm in.
That's fair enough. Do you have any tattoos?
Yeah. Do you want me to elaborate?
How many tattoos do you have?
Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Maybe 5-ish.
Cool. Do you respect Kanye West?
That's quite tricky. I don't give Kanye West a lot of thought.
Okay.
I know some people that love that just say he's written some great music, and I once saw him perform on Jules Holland and thought that was actually really, really good. So I guess yes, I respect him as a musician. I have no interest in anything else about him, though.
I think he's just I don't know enough about him, but like personally, I'm not a big fan of his music. But I think he's obviously doing something right, isn't he? He's I think he's got a business head on, and he knows exactly what he's doing in that respect.
There's a reason he's successful, and he's definitely not a cynical musician. He's not a musician that's trying to cash in on some trend or something he knows will be a success. He's someone that experiments, and he's good at what he does. So, yeah.
Have you seen his Bohemian Rhapsody?
No.
At Glastonbury?
I don't.
Yeah,
No.
don't. Instagram or Facebook?
Instagram. I'd rather look through a few quick photographs than go through all the posts and writing and stuff on Facebook.
Nights in or nights out? Dun, 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 dun.
I couldn't choose. I need a 50-50 there. I need a bit of both.
Gigs
World.
or I agree with that. Gigs or streams?
Gigs. Every
Hey,
time.
feelings, man. I've yet to have anyone say streams. God damn it.
Do you know what though? Actually, listening when we do this, I've got some big headphones on, and it gets me a bit closer to a gig. There's the extra oomph in the bottom end. Do you know when you go to a gig and you can feel it in your body as well when the sound hits you? You don't get that with a stream, but with some big enough headphones, you can get closer.
I can next time we stream, you're gonna like roll up some massive bass bins and you're gonna like sellotape them to your head or something. You know. Did you ever go to the Cockpit in Leeds?
I mean, yeah, I played there and I saw my first gig there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I just think that venue is a prime example of being like, you know, the bass bins are like there, and you just stand next to them, and you just like.
It wasn't a good sounding room, was it? It was always like a kind of bass trap.
I think room 2 was the best one. I personally thought the middle room, and that's probably like the best of a bad bunch.
Yeah, but I mean, when I first used to
go, I do miss that venue.
I don't even know if they used to really use room 2 for gigs back then. But my first gig was in room 1, and it's just like this big bass trap, isn't it? You know?
Yeah.
Not ideal.
The one upstairs?
No, the
large room.
I'm going to say the back end room.
Yeah, it's a big room to fill. Yeah, I know. I miss that venue. Cool. Let's do 2 more questions. Big festivals or intimate gigs?
Ooh, I would say intimate gigs and intimate festivals. I've had the best time at smaller festivals where you can get really stuck in and you're not just swept along in a big crowd. You know, I've seen some really interesting things I wouldn't have seen maybe at smaller festivals and at smaller gigs as well. I love it. I was explaining to someone else, someone asked me for some advice on being a musician, and I was talking about focusing on enjoying it. And I genuinely enjoy playing to a small room with 20 people just as much as playing to 2,000 if the 20 people are hanging on every word.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I think it's better to have, you know, a listening audience enjoying it and like.
I mean, they're both great. I really enjoyed playing the big ones, but I think it's equally as exciting for me somewhere in my soul to play a little gig where everybody's focused on the music.
Absolutely. Final question. Do you believe in UFOs?
No.
Okay. That was the quick fire, fairly slow-ish fire round with Matt Baxter. Woo!
I don't really do quick.
I enjoyed that, mate.
Yeah. I always overcomplicate.
I love the elaborating.
Question, you know?
It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Do you believe? Well, that was probably the quickest one you answered. The last one.
That's my life in general. Though people often will ask me a question they think is a simple yes or no, and I'll go, well, you know, there's a lot of shades of grey. You know?
Well, have you taken into consideration this, and that? Yeah, no, brilliant. I love it. No, it's great. On that note, I think we'll get another tune from you because I really want to get into your head about the looping situation. But I think we need to put a bit of context in and show people what you can do with the loop and whatnot, and then we'll talk about it a bit if that's all right.
Yeah, sure.
Sweet.
Let's do one then.
I'll hand you over. Have a good one.
Shorty, get down, good Lord. Baby got it open all over town. Strictly bitch, don't play around. Cover much ground, got the game by the pound. Getting paid is the forte, each and every day. A true play away. get her out of my mind. Well, I think about the girl all the time. Well, east side to the west side, you push the fat rides, it's no surprise. She's got tricks in the stairs, stacking up the cash. Best when it comes to the gas. By no means every stone she's got a heaven. So babe, you're a perfect 10. I wanna get in. Well, can I get down so I can win? Like the way you're working, no diggity. I gotta beg it up. Like the way you work, yeah, no diggity. I gotta beg it up. Like the way you work, yeah, no diggity. I gotta beg it up. Like the way you work, yeah, no diggity. Gotta beg it up. She's got class and style, street knowledge by the mile. Baby never act wild, very low key on the profile. Catching villains as it goes. Let me tell you how it goes. Curves the word, spins the verb. Love is it curves so freak what you heard. Rolling with the fatness, you don't even know what the half is. You gotta pay to play, just for shorty bang bang to look your way. Like the way you work it, I drum tight all day every day. Blowing my mind, maybe in time, maybe I will get you in my ride. I like the way you work it, I know diggity. I gotta beg it up. Like the way you work it, no diggity. I gotta beg it up. I like the way you work it, no diggity. Gotta beg it up now. Like the way you work it, no diggity. I gotta beg it up. Hey-oh, 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 hey-oh. Like the way you work it, no diggity. I gotta beg it up. Like the way you work it, no diggity. I gotta beg it up. Like the way you work it, no diggity. I gotta beg it up. Like the way you work it, no diggity. I gotta beg it up. Like the way you work it, no diggity. I gotta beg it up. Like the way you work it, no diggity. Hey yo, that girl that's good. Like the way you work it, no diggity. Play on, play on. Like the way you work it, no diggity. You're my kind of girl. Like the way you work it, no diggity. Oh, you work it, baby. I like the way you work it. No diggity, I gotta beg it up. I like the way you work it. No diggity, no. I like the way you work it. No diggity, I gotta beg it up now. I like the way you work it. No diggity, I gotta beg it up.
Yeah,
Thank
boy.
you. Where are you? There you are.
Love it. There is so much going on there, mate. Harmony,
Yeah.
stopping and starting of the loop. There's just lots going on. It sounds sick.
It's interesting you said the stopping and starting of the loop. It's
I can't do
not
it.
a thing a lot of people do, but it's really effective, especially for that kind of hip-hop kind of feel. You know, it's like,
Oh, yeah.
like having a hype man or something. You know.
Do you have to? What kind of loop pedal have you got to start with?
This is the Boss RC30, so it's the 2-pedal type. Basically,
Okay.
whatever brand you get, there's usually either a single pedal, double pedal, or the really big ones.
Mhm.
The really big ones are great.
I've
but
got the
I didn't
Ditto one, single one. That's what I've got.
Right. So yeah, that's why you can't start and stop so easy, because you got to do a double press, haven't you?
I have to. Yeah,
to
so
stop it
frustrating.
dead.
I have to go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really hard.
that's-
So is yours just a single?
Mine's double 2 pedals, so it's got the start and the stop button.
Yeah, as in like a single press to stop though. You just have to go boom
Yes.
on
yeah.
the beat and then boom and it'll start where it's picked up. Right. Okay. Maybe I need to look at getting that then.
Yeah, maybe. And it's great. It's got
yeah.
the thing where there's 2 channels in it that you can record onto, but then it gets really complicated. You know, if you want to get into Ed Sheeran level looping, you kind of need more buttons on the floor, because you record one part and then record another part, and then you can maybe drop out an earlier part and bring it back in whenever you want. So maybe just the drums, but keep all the other music going. And I can't do that. I just have to drop out the full thing. And it's the same when you're building up. I can only add stuff and then maybe take away one step, you know, undo one of the things I've done and go back. But you can't drop parts in and out like he does.
Yeah, that you can do that on this one, where if you whatever you last recorded on the loop, if you hold it down, it will take that off, and then if you press it again, it will pop it back on.
Yeah.
But it's, you know, pretty minimal. Like usually I would do like, I have like a little pad, so I would loop that first.
Yeah.
That I've kind of got everything in like this really weird chain, so I can have it all in the one pedal. I would loop that last rather, not first, so then I can pull the drums out, you know, like the kick or whatever. Or
well, that is part of your thought going into it. Needs to be kind of, you know,
what order are you going to do stuff?
Away. But even then, to take an item off mine, I have to hold the button down, so I can't necessarily know exactly when that's going to drop out by the millisecond. You know what I mean? It's not a perfect system.
Tell me, when, like, how long? No, I think that's it. It's a bit of a trial and error thing, which is generally like something that people avoid, because it's essentially like learning something completely new on top of learning guitar and perfecting your vocal, and you're basically adding another dynamic to it to create that fuller sound. So where would you start? Like, when did you just start like layering your guitar first, or did you start adding vocal, or what was your train of thought when you first started tackling it?
I think
or were you just kind of playing?
That version of No Diggity was one of the first loop things I came up with. And since then, I've been using it in more subtle ways in songs, actually. First thing I wanted to do was do something kind of like that. But I've since realized that actually sometimes you're playing a normal song, and I might often be singing a verse, also recording just the guitar part from that verse, and then saving that down on my foot pedal, and that's kind of there for if I want to take a solo at any point, I can just press the button and it'll go into a verse of a song, a little loop, and I can solo over that as long as I want. That's really handy.
So how do you, if that was the case, then how do you know that you're going to come in, I mean, on time? Like, do you not fluctuate timing wise?
No, never.
I'm
I'm always in time.
Never.
Always in tune,
I'm a robot.
No, you do have to focus more on that. For example, you will have found when you're looping something, to get it to sound like a seamless loop, your timing of the first and last beat has to be perfect, doesn't it? So when I do the beatboxing part at the start, what I tend to do is I'll play 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'll press the record button, the loop button, on the first beat of the next bar, but I'll also play the first beat of the next bar, because I know that physically I will keep playing. It's got to sound like it's got to keep playing. If it sounds like you're pausing to press the button, it'll come through. And so it's the same thing when you're singing a song. If I'm recording something in, I have to really be thinking about where's the beat here, press it on this one beat, and then I have to press the stop recording thing and save it away on that exact same beat as it comes round again. And you have to think ahead.
Yeah. So if you do you then drop that out and potentially completely drop that out, play the majority of the song, and then just come in on the solo and just bring it back in, and kind of hope you've stayed in that sort of tempo, or would you always leave something there?
My timing's got a lot better over the years, and I think it's partly from doing this kind of thing. I don't think guitarists are that aware of their timing, because you're often playing along with the drummer, aren't you? You know, and the drummer will hear it. The drummer will hear you pushing and pulling against his rhythm, but you won't really notice half the time. And it's when you do stuff like this loop thing that you really notice where your timing's at, and it made me a lot better at it. I often have like one heel tapping away throughout a full song, or at least through the sections where I'm sure I'm going to record something or whatever. Yeah, another thing is if you ever start a song in whatever random tempo you're going for, and then you record a bar, then later on think, oh, I'm doing a little fast. You can't adjust, can you? So you have to, I find I'm very conscious of tempos these days. You know. That
was actually going to be another question I was going to ask about the whole restarting thing. I was going to ask if you ever found yourself in a situation where you've kind of looped something in a live situation, not necessarily just sort of noodling and trying to, you know, you're performing in front of people. Do you sort of hold your hands up and say, I've fluffed up here, or do you try rattle through it as best you can? Like, what's your go-to? Because loops, it's like playing something wrong on a delay pedal, isn't it? It goes on forever.
Yeah, in fact, there was just recently I did a Zoom concert, a little private Zoom concert, which was great, by the way, but not a thing I've really done before. But yeah, I was doing a loop song in that, and
I'm sure people would love you to do that.
In my
definitely
drum part, one of the bass drums was slightly out, and it came around every like 4 bars. I would hear this one bass drum just slightly out. Luckily, the first kick of the song, you know, of the loop, the whole loop looped seamlessly, but somewhere in the middle, one beat was out, and it bothered me for the entire song. And that one, I thought, I'm going to let that go. But it's so important when you put down the very first part of your loop, that sets the whole groove and tempo of the song, and you've got to be so focused at that moment on what kind of tempo and feel you're trying to achieve. And sometimes I've had people in smaller venues be up close and be shouting along, you know, maybe like, or clapping out of time. Oh, that's the worst thing, actually. They'll be like, start clapping along with the start song, and they'll be clapping out of time with what I'm doing. And I've managed to get through it sometimes, but other times I've just had to stop and go, whoa, sorry guys, you're going to have to not do that, because otherwise I literally can't play the song. What can you do? It's not ideal.
But at least you have the ability to be able to stop the loop and go, guys, I'm going to carry on now, but can you please stop clapping? I remember with City of Lights, we used to play to a click and track and stuff. So like when people clapped out of time with that, we've got that length of the song to play, and we can't stop it. We can't just stop halfway through. So people are like, and we're like, you're like on the offbeat, stop, you know, trying to encourage them not to, but then you're also like trying to encourage them to have a good time. It's such a minefield, really. But anyway,
at least with a full band, you know, if the
everyone's in it together,
time with the band, at least the band are in time with each other. Whereas, when I'm a solo performer, it feels a bit like the whole room's clapping and the tempo goes somewhere else. I feel like I can't follow you guys. I've got it looping. But I think that's interesting about the loop part, though. I think an important thing for people to recognize is, if they're new to it, is to work on getting a seamless loop, and also really think about getting that part right first time. Because I've got... No, carry on.
I was going to ask about the seamless loop, that's all. So when you do a seamless loop, are you talking like... Do you plan out whether it's going to be say for instance, a 4-chord trick? Do you just play the 4 chords all the way through and then that'd be it? Or do you need to do like it twice round or 3 times round? Do you know what I mean? Like, how long do you make the loop? What is a seamless loop?
The length of the loop you have to make a decision about, first of all, because it needs to be as short as possible, because then you know the timing. The shorter it is, the more likely that when you get to the end, you'll be at the same tempo as you were at the start. So you've got to go, if it's a song that has 4 chords, but it might go... I could loop one of those, so like this. So that's a seamless loop, isn't it? But if I had played that twice round the chords, or 4 times round, and then pressed that loop button, by the time I'd done the 4th one, I might have been slightly out with the 1st one, and you would have felt that change in groove.
I see.
And so...
Right, I see. I got you.
Most songs on the loop pedal have to have a longer loop than that. And you just got to make sure you nail the first part. I think what a lot of people do, and I like doing, but not that often, is they will lay down a kind of basic thing, and then that is the basis for the whole song, and you don't really add much more to it. Does that make sense? And that's your groove for a track. Shall I play you a little example?
Yeah, definitely.
So this is like my attempt at Bill Withers. So I know I've got a groove.
Am I staying on this for this one? Are you doing a full song here?
Yeah. No, just a little bit. So now I've got basically a full song. And that's the groove. And if I had... How's that sound? My phrase, feel it's their appointed duty. They keep trying to tell me and you know that works as a kind of very simple song, and it's a groove-based song, and that's cool. And I see a lot of people just...
It's got everything in it.
Yeah, maybe just add things to that. But the real challenge for me, and the most exciting thing to do, is to find songs that you start with a few ideas like that, and then later on you complement the structure of the song. Like, say you come out of the first chorus and you add an extra little lift, and then after the next chorus you might add a little more, and then add some vocals, and then the whole song, you know, banks up into a crescendo. And those are the perfect ones for me, where the technical stuff, the looping and that, matches up with the musicality of it all. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Definitely. I think you did that really well on, if people want to check it out, you did an assembly point session, and you did U2, and you did everything from like the EBO thing with the riffs, the vocal, and it just sounded sick. So if people want to check that out, you should definitely head over to... Have you got it on your channel as well now? Or is it just on this one?
No, it's just on yours. I link to it from mine sometimes. I've got little ads on my videos that say, go out to assembly rooms and assembly point and check it out.
Well, we did 3 tracks, so they're definitely worth checking them out. Should we get your final tune then? Since we've done a bit of talking about looping, I'm assuming you're going to do another loop track?
Let's think, because the U2 one really lends itself in quite an obvious way to all those, the crescendo thing. There was all these little parts from the record to add. I could either do that, or I could do something a bit groovier, maybe.
I think...
What are you thinking?
I think I'd be interested to hear something a bit more funky, groovy kind of vibe. Purely because people can check that out. I mean, it's totally up to you, man. I'm happy either way, but I think...
Yeah, it's already there. It's already recorded on your channel.
Yeah, it's up to you.
People can go and find it already. So I'll try something different. This is one people should recognize anyway. But this is one where I had to rack my brains to come up with different things to add and stuff like that. it's one of the fun ones, basically. So yeah, I'll play this for you.
Sweet.
It's
Take
been
it
a while
away.
since I've played it though. Do I remember how to play this? No, I'm messing it up already.
Too much pressure.
I know, it's one of those ones where I'm thinking, what tempo is this? I tell you what, sometimes I might do. I set a tempo first.
Oh, yeah?
So then I've got something to work with there. You are my sun, you are my earth. You didn't know all the ways that I love you. No, so you took a chance in another place. Bet you didn't think that they would come crashing down. No. You don't have to say what you did. I already know. I found out from you. Now there's just no chance for you and me. There'll never be. Don't admit you're sad about it. You told me you love me. Why'd you leave me all alone? And tell me you need me when you call me on the phone. Girl, I refuse. You must have me confused with some other guy. The bridges will burn, and now it's your turn to cry. So cry me a river. Oh God, I can't actually hit the high notes today, though, man. I'm going to give up on that. There's a reason for it. I haven't been singing at all lately, and I'm not very comfortable with the falsetto stuff. And,
You can't do it!
I can't. Do you know what it is as well? It's like the pressure I felt there once I got the first one wrong. I thought, it's not going to come back until I do some vocal warm-ups or some shit. So I apologize for that. Well, that's an anticlimax, isn't it, though?
I think...
And you missed out on a lot of the interesting things at the end of the song, but the notes get higher as it goes along.
Oh. Sorry, mate. I don't know how long I've been off screen, but something's going on. My internet's freaking out.
I see.
Hello.
You all right?
That sounded so good, though, man.
Well, it's just disappointing I can't sing today. That's all.
It sounded great. No, honestly, it sounded so good. So good, man. I was not expecting that cover, actually. When you started building it up and getting those layers, I was like, oh, what's he going to play?
Oh,
And then that iconic riff, that dum 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 dum.
I'm disappointed I couldn't finish it for you now. But I got here, set my shit up, and then I haven't even had a little sing to myself before I get on the microphone. And like I said, I'm not very confident about the high notes.
Honestly, Well, you nailed it in my eyes, mate. It sounded amazing. I think, I think you've actually put a good amount of context for anyone that's wanting to work out how to use the loop pedal. And yeah, it's you know, it's a fine art that you've got that people need to just spend a little bit of time and work it out and that sort of stuff. And thank you for you know, elaborating on your craft.
Oh, you're welcome.
Right. Well, the problem we've got, Matt, is we could talk all day and all night and forever, but we have run out of time.
No
So
worries.
I'm definitely going to have you back on the show again some other time because, you know, I think you're incredibly talented, and like I say, we could talk forever. Have you got anything that you'd like to sort of wrap up with? Anything you would like to say or anything?
Not really. Not really. You know, I've got nothing much going on in my world right now. Going to go back to
Just
building
like
guitar pedals.
most of us. Yeah, that's it. Keep us up to date on your guitar pedals and your guitars and whatnot. And please, mate, like you mentioned you kind of brushed past it, but you said you'd done a Zoom call. I know for a fact people would be interested in watching you do a full live set, especially, you know, the people that have tuned in tonight. They've been really excited to see you play and hear you and stuff. So maybe something you should consider doing a little bit more during the pandemic.
Yeah, sure.
But I know people I'd love to tune in and watch you, man.
Thanks.
But yeah, thank you so much for taking the time out to hang out with me and everybody else. I know I'll catch up with you real soon, all right?
All right. Nice seeing you, man.
See you, man. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight, guys. Massive shout out to Matt. He smashed it. We've ran a little over. It's all good. If you are new here, please consider subscribing to the channel. If you haven't already, please make sure before you head out, you press the like button. It helps me out massively. And as we said before, Matt Baxter has done a couple of covers and live lounges. They'll be in they're on this channel, and he's got some on his own as well. You should definitely go check out his stuff. And yeah, what else? I think that's about it, really. I'll see you all next Wednesday. I do this every single Wednesday at 7 p.m. Thank you for your continued support. Like I say, please consider subscribing, like, and I'll see you all soon. Cheers.